Hello everyone, we are talking about master detail relationships today. This is part of our Jump in Jan 30-day challenge. So in the last one we covered looking at a lookup relationship, and in this one we're going to compare it by actually creating a master detail relationship and seeing what the difference is. So first of all, if you're following along, then we were on this job object here. All right, and if I went into setup, then you'd be able to see, all right, this is the lookup relationship that we just created. But we actually want to see what this would be like if it was a master detail relationship. So we're going to go ahead and delete this lookup relationship and then create a master detail relationship instead. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one. There's a few words here to read. Deleting a custom field will delete all dependent information for any dependent or controlling field. Changing the assignment rules, escalation rules, we haven't done any of that. What's cool about this and what's important to know is that after you've deleted a field, it will appear in the deleted components list for 15 days. This is also kind of called the recycle bin. So during that time, you can either undelete it. So if you make a mistake here, you can go and undelete it. And that will restore the field and all the data stored in it. Or you can decide to delete the field permanently. After 15 days, here's the big warning, your field and its data is permanently deleted. So after that time, sorry, no going back. That's all that you have. Now I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to go ahead and delete it. If you're having trouble deleting your lookup field, please make sure that you have removed any information from that lookup field. So see how my contact field here is blank? Sometimes, it's not going to like it if you've got some stuff in it. So just to double check, you can refresh your page, make sure that was deleted nicely. I'm just checking here. Yep, my contact field is gone. And we'll just wait for it to load here just to double check that it has indeed been deleted, which it has. I don't see it anymore. So let's go and create our master detail. I'm going new. And then instead of my lookup field, I'm just going to choose my master detail relationship field. Now, the key things about a master detail relationship, all right, is that you always create a master detail relationship on the detail object. So when we're talking about a master detail relationship, there's two different objects involved, just like any relationship. And one of them is the master and one of them is the detail. Now, why this is important is that the detail object cannot exist without a master object. I like to think of it like a dog and then having an owner, or maybe not a dog, maybe like a fish or something that is reliant on their owner to look after them. All right, so a dog might really struggle or starve if they didn't have an owner to take care of them and feed them and take them for lovely walks. So it's the same with a master detail relationship. That detail object, which in our case is the job, because that's where you always create your relationship. You create it on the detail object. It always has to be linked to a master object. So this can cause some issues or can be really, really good. So now what we're saying is that we can't have a job object without having a contact related to it. There has to be a contact related to this one. So the relationship field is required on all detail records. It's exactly what we were saying. The ownership and sharing of a detail record are determined by the master record. So all of the sharing of this detail object, which is our job object, is inherited from the master. When you use to delete the master record, which is the contact, all of the detail records are deleted as well. So you've got to be careful with this one. But the bonus here is that you can create roll-up summary fields on the master record to summarize everything that's going on in the detail records, which is very cool. Now, we haven't done roll-up summary fields yet because the only way that you can do them is to have a master detail relationship. So we're going to come back to those at a later date. All right, I think that's everything we need to know for now. Let's go and actually see what happens. So we've got a master detail relationship. We're going to click next. Related to what? Let's have a look. We're going to go contact. Okay, next. All right. Now I'm thinking that it doesn't really make sense to have a required contact who is applying for the job every time, because no one might apply for the job. It might just be a really terrible job that no one wants to apply to. So we can't really make it required. It wouldn't be suitable for a master detail relationship. So I'm just going to change this to be something that might actually make sense in this scenario, which might be, let's see, maybe job owner. Okay, something like this. This is the person who is like owning this job. And maybe this should actually be related to a user instead of a contact. But that's okay. You know, we're getting there. Or maybe, okay, scratch that. Sorry, I am just going to leave it as a contact. All right. I don't think we need any lookup filters. It's always required, so we don't have a choice in that. Select the minimum access level required on the master record to create, edit, or delete all detail records. We can say, well, it has to be read-only or read and write. And we're going to say read and write. That just gives us a little bit more control. So next. Oh, actually, if I go back, there was a field there that was quite important, which is this one, allow reparenting. Child records can be reparented to other parent records after they've been created. If we do not tick this, so if we leave it unchecked, then it means that you cannot reparent your object. So we'll take a look at that. We'll leave it unticked and see what happens. All right, visible to everyone. Next. Yep, next, save. All right, so we've done exactly the same. Here we go. Cannot create master detail relationship. You cannot create a new master detail relationship on an existing custom object if records already exist. You must first create a lookup relationship, populate the field with the data in the records, and then change the relationship type to a master detail. All right, so why is it giving us this? Because we have this beautiful job record here, and it's saying, well, if you create a master detail relationship, sorry, you have to have a contact related to it. That's what we're doing. And this one doesn't. So it's a no-go. So an easy solution for us here, because we're just playing around, is that you can actually delete this one. Otherwise, you would have to turn your lookup relationship into a master detail relationship. But we were doing it all from scratch, just to get an idea of it. All right. We're going to go back, and we're going to do it again. All right. New master detail relationship. Next. All right, related to, let's go contact. Now, if you were being smart about it, then you could actually just change your lookup relationship that we had initially to a master detail relationship. But it's really useful sometimes to go through these experiences to see what works, what doesn't, so that you can actually get a feel for it and understand all the ins and outs. But up to you. You know, there's always another way. That's the thing with Salesforce. Always a million ways to do the same thing. All right, I'm just clicking through this. Hopefully it's going to give us a-okay. Awesome. So we've got our new contact here. It's of the data type master detail relationship contact. So now if I went new here, let's see if it's going to come up. Yeah, there we go. So if I gave this one another name, Salesforce Admin Jan 2023. Maybe the job title is Salesforce Administrator. And then we had a job description, whatever it was, ABC. And then the salary. And you'll notice here that now our contact field, which is now master detail relationship, is required. So it has to have a contact. And this is part of it being a master detail relationship. So we can put that one in there like this. And now our job object is the detail object, okay? And our our job object is the detail object, and our contact is the master. So I'm just gonna refresh my page here. And I think we added it to Betty. So we should also go and check out Betty's contact. Make sure that that's all been updated. So here it is. There's Betty. And if we open up this one in a new tab, then we'll be able to check out what's going on here. And it's going to look almost the same, right, as our lookup field, except that in the back end, there's a few different things. This is always required, okay? The sharing settings are inherited from the contact. Whatever sharing settings the contact has, they flow on to the detail object. Right, in my related field, here's my jobs, so it's still in there. But if I was to go ahead and delete, all right, this contact, then it's actually going to go and delete my job record too. All right, so Betty's been deleted. So now if I come back here, go into jobs, all right, there's nothing there because it's automatically deleted that. It didn't give me any warning, nothing of that, so you do have to be really aware of these relationships. But that's the difference between a master detail relationship and a lookup. Hope it was useful, and we'll see you in the next video.